Hello, this is Yulia, and this video is brought to you by my Patreon page. By joining my Patreon, you are helping me create in-depth marker tutorials. Link in the description below. Thank you for your support. Today we are going to draw a Christmas cake and really get into the Christmas palette. If you are not subscribed to my channel yet, please do it and like this video. I am using different photos from Pinterest to draw this cute little guy, and starting off by locating it on the page of my sketchbook. When my rough sketch is ready, I go ahead and outline it. But before, I leave the excess graphite with the needed eraser. Before I jump into coloring with markers, I will let my sketch rest for a few minutes, so the outline can dry and will not get smudged with my markers. And while my sketch is drying, let me quickly show you the beautiful illustrations we created in my marker class. As an instructor on Skillshare, I have prepared a link for you. By using that link, you will get free access to all Skillshare classes for 1 month. It's an amazing platform. I took so many valuable courses and learned so much there myself. I absolutely love this platform. You can find not only art classes but also classes from all different fields. They have thousands of them about business, creativity, technology, and lifestyle, and many more. So if you love learning and would like to check out my class as well, definitely visit Skillshare. Alright, back to our tutorial. When the outline is ready, I first clean the page and erase all the graphite, so it's clean and ready for coloring with markers. To color this beautiful Christmas cake, you will need about 2 to 4 tones of each color. For the greens, I am using 3 markers. You always want to start out with the lightest marker. It is very difficult to lighten up the areas where you already applied the dark marker. So I'm putting down my lightest tone of green first, and then we are going to build those up. We are going to add our mid-tone, then blend this application with the lightest tone, and then with the darkest marker work on deep dark shadow parts. To give a three-dimensional look to the berries, I locate the highlighted spots first and then start coloring around them with my pink marker. I'm smoothing the transition between pink and white paper with the colorless blender. The location of the highlights depends on the light source from where your light source is coming, so it's up to you to decide where the highlights will be. We are going to build the shape of the berry around this spot, slowly increasing the contrast, and at the bottom of the berry will be the darkest area. I am trying to leave the thin line at the bottom untouched. This is a reflection, reflected light from the icing which has white color. I will use a light pink tone later to cover these spots at the bottom. To color the berries, I am using 5 tones, from light to dark. If your color palette is limited, it's also absolutely fine to use 2 or 3 tones here. The darkest area will be at the bottom of the berries and in between the berries. The berry in the front will drop a small cast shadow onto the berry that is located behind. It will create a dark area in between 2 berries. It's very important to remember about cast shadows here. Every object on our drawing will drop a cast shadow on the objects around them. Cast shadows helps us to create a three-dimensional look as well, so make sure you have all of them in place. When I am coloring the base of the cake, I am starting off with the light brown tone, and I'm using circular motions to mimic the texture of the cake. I leave highlighted areas white because the surface of the cake is also bumpy or ripped. Every bump that is coming out will be highlighted, so I leave those parts uncolored. I then grab a light beige tone and smooth the strong texture a little bit. With the mid-tone, I go through those dark parts of the cake and then again smoothing the transition with the previous color. And with the dark brown marker, we can add cast shadows underneath the icing and increase the contrast on the cake itself. I'm also adding dark spots all over the cake base to show the texture even more. The base of the cake now looks much better, and it also looks three-dimensional. We can leave it as it is, or we can increase the contrast even more, and I think I want to go for it with my darkest brown marker. To anchor our Christmas cake on the page, I am developing a cast shadow underneath the cake. For this purpose, I usually use gray tones and blue-violet. Today I feel like using my grayish pink tone. This is my favorite tone to create cast shadows for pastries. It looks much more interesting rather than using just a gray color. Or if you can create your cast shadow with the gray marker and then make it more interesting and eye-catching by adding a little bit of light tone color, such as pink or yellow. Slightly go over the gray color You will see how your cast shadow will look much better at once. Let's add some tone to icing as well. It is white, but actually the icing is reflecting the light from the objects that are around. I'm using 2 warm tones and then add a very light pink tone all over the topping. With the white pen, I add more highlights and white spots. And our drawing is ready. If you guys enjoy this video, please give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already to let YouTube know that you liked it. And I look forward to sharing more art tutorials with you soon. Let me know in the comments what do you want to draw next. I will attach the link with the color palette and black and white outline for this drawing. Feel free to download it and use it to create your own masterpiece. See you in the next video. Bye bye.